Okay, so I don't know how well this is gonna work, and I didn't want to spend too much time doing this, but I did want to do it, so we're just going to hop right into it. So this is Amity games, because people have been telling me they've been struggling with them, and I'll be going over the Yuria and Grunil ones, but those two are my favorite. They're pretty, I mean, some people have problems with them, but I think they're easy if you know what to watch for. So oh, let's go right into it. I use 3 alts to sell Yuria and Grunil uh, on the marketplace. I play Amity games and use all those alts just for playing the Amity games. And so for each of them, I've bought these dresses, and there's like male ones too, on the marketplace because you get the plus 15 Amity from conversation. And sometimes, though not all the time, I use Amity conversation potions, which increase the Amity you get by maybe 10 or 20%. 20%. And then on my Maywan, my tamer, the Pearl Store costumes actually, well, Pearl Store outfits give you, if I wasn't completely stupid, there. They actually give you plus 10 Amity. So, all that aside, we're gonna hop into this. So, basic Amity is that to get the Yurio weapons, costs 500 Amity. Well, you have to get to 500 Amity, and it takes 200 away every time you buy one. Okay, so we go into conversation, failed spark 3 times. Now normally I would do this, but when the NPC you're playing the Amity game with is up in the middle of nowhere, when his interest level is high, that means that it's hard to get your knowledge picks to spark interest. So the way that works is, if your interest level of your knowledge pick, so this guy 56, is above the interest level of the vendor you're talking to at the time, it's 100% guaranteed to spark interest. And if it's lower than that, it's a percent chance based on how much lower it is. So for favor, when their favor is higher, that means you get less Amity in general, even when the things do succeed. So I'm going to back out of this one. Try again. 43 and 46. Still pretty garbage. 57 and 18. The 18 is good, but 57 is still way, way, way too high. 59, 53. Jesus. 38, 59. 27, 37. Okay. Not the best, but doable. And to talk freely. So the combo here that you will use all the time, whenever it's talk freely, whenever it's literally anything other than failed spark interest, is Danielle, Luolo, Wolfgang, Ash Rogue, Brandio, Sabor, Marianne. Okay. And what happens here is, because of the way you pick them in here matters, this one plays the same exact way how you pick them, but for Grunil it's different. It plays in a different way from the order you pick it. And when you put Danielle, 100% chance, Lolo, I can't say that, I'm going to call him Lolo. When you put him, that dude, and Danielle in first, they're both 100% chance. So we can then go Wolfgang, also 100% chance. And then we can go Ash Rogue, who's only 33, but the more people that have sparked interest before somebody who only has a chance to, the more likely it is to actually succeed. And always do continuous interact. That is muy importante. So Brandio, Savor, Marianne, finish it out. So boom, 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 boom. Okay, and the thing to note here is that all of those just sparked, right? But Marianne has an 11% chance to spark, so he is last. And Brandio, oh, not Brandio. Ashrogue is the one I'm thinking of. Ashrogue. He only has 33. But he's 4th because the only ones you use that usually have low chances are Ashrogue and Marianne. So before Marianne, you put a 100% chance to succeed just for a little more insurance. So I'm already at 204 Amity. By the end of this, I should have 450, 500. So Danielle, Lolo, Wolfgang, Ashrogue, Brandio, Sabor, Marianne. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom! Fucking magic. 381. That wasn't horrible. His favor was a little high, but, you know, we'll take it. Okay. So that's that. And then I'll go over to Grunil specifically. So while I'm switching characters, for Yuria is way more, this guy Ronats, is way more variable than the Grunil vendor in Altanova. So his favor and interest will have a higher chance of changing radically at that than Grunil. Grunil will always stay around like 35 interest, 17-ish favor. And hoping my character is parked right there if I ever get in. Okay. So I said 35 interest and like 17-ish favor. Let's see. 31 and 18. Okay. Not bad. Now, unlike the Yuria one, when interest and favor levels are like 25 and 25, which is good for Yuria, like I said, this one's going to be anywhere from 30 to 35 for interest, and favor like maybe 15 to 20. I don't know. But that's good. But the problem is, when you have an optimal setup for Yuria, as long as it's don't fail, which you can easily pass by using like Basquine, Marianne, Ashrogue, and others, this guy, if he's don't fail, you're fucked. But even when it's not don't fail, you still have a small chance of failing. So, moving on. For him, we got Humple, Miriam, Lucy, Lashir, the Lopal, Barando. Like, the Yuria one uses combo. Every single time, it's not a don't fail. And if it says don't fail, or fail to spark interest, fucking dip out. Because you're not going to make it. You can, but it's really hard and not worth your time. As long as you have the means to spare the energy to do so. Okay. So talk freely. Sweet. Easy peasy, easy peasy, beautiful coffee girl. Next. Spark the interest too. Easy. Humple, Miriam, Lucy, Lashir, the Lopal, Brando. Okay. And in this one, his interest went to 34. His favor is 18. I think it was 18 last time, but it was like 33 last time. Okay, we failed the last one, but still sparked the at least 2. Fine. Cumulative favor 114. I don't even really read them as long as it's failed to spark. It's not failed to spark interest. So again, and I picked it in the order of Humple, Miriam, Lucy, Lashir, and the Lopal, Barando. But the order it actually plays in is Lucy, Nolopal, Barando. So unlike the area where the order you actually pick it in is the order it plays out, this one, the order you pick it in is not the same order it plays out. But we got through all 3 phases of the conversation. 127 Amity. That's that. So the other thing to note is don't even look at the percentages. This is for Grunil specifically. Just listen to me blindly pick Humple, Miriam, Lucy, Lashir, Nolopal, Barando. I'll play through this one the whole way. And I think there's a couple more points I want to talk about on Yuria. So talk freely, we don't need to pay attention. Fail to spark interest, dip. Okay, gain 34. Okay, don't even look at what they say. I'm even trying not to hover over it too fast. Just blindly listen to me on this one. Humble, Miriam, Lucy Lashir, Lopal, Rondo. And it's going to be a guaranteed pass. Okay, next. Talk freely. Cool. Humble, Miriam, Lucy Lashir, Lopal, Rondo. So if this last one is failed to spark interest like twice, I'll try for it because I'm already this far in the conversation. If it's 3 or 4, I probably won't. I'm a fucking psychic. Alright, but you get the point. So, next, one more thing on the Yuria one. While I load into my other character. Now, while I'm in the loading screen, I can ghetto-ly post the locations of all these people that you need. I'd probably just make a separate video and do it, but I use characters that are so low, they don't have the NPC guide option at all. Like, normally to find a specific NPC, I think you hit the magnifying glass or you hit guide, I don't know, but when I hit guide, it's literally, it's like, talking's hard. It's literally like, hey, you don't know how to play the game. So, okay. Alright, so Ronats, which also, Ronats is, this is like the area of Calphion I most use. This is the northern stable manager. Right here is the northern marketplace. Storage guy, the screen is here. Ronats is on this corner. And the Grunil one, which I can like literally never find based off of the map. I'm gonna try right now. He is, I think, somewhere right-ish here. I could be wrong. So that's just where you play the Amity games at. But if you want the locations for the NPCs you have to have knowledge for, I can do that another time. Okay. Also important to note is that the higher Amity you have with them, the more energy it takes to have a conversation. So I'm just going to real quick buy the things I want, so that way I'm being energy efficient. Okay. So fail to spark interest 2 times. Perfect. That's what I wanted to see. Now, 36 and 40 is doable, and the other thing to note is you're already in the conversation, so you've already spent the energy. It's just that when it's like favor of like 58, interest level of like 60, IMO, that's not worth it, but I have characters that I use specifically for these reasons. Okay, so fail to spark twice. Like I said, this one plays in the order you pick it, so we'll go screen, Marianne, those are the 2 lowest, Ash Rogue for insurance, and Harden. And now I'll go back to playing it how I normally would, Danielle, Luolo, Wolfgang. So it should fail at least twice. And we pass the conversation. So this one won't be an optimal finished game, but we'll keep rolling with it. Talk freely, cool. Danielle, Luolo, Wolfgang, Ash Rogue, Brandio, Sever, Marianne. This video is already taking longer than I wanted to, but I'm going to finish it up after this one because I think I made all the points I wanted to make. Okay. 2 talk freelies in a row. That's a miracle. Danielle, LOL, Wolfgang, Ash Rogue, Brandio, Sabor, Marianne. And if you look at it, like I said earlier, the more that spark interest before, have a greater chance to spark interest for those who have a percent chance. But Ash Rogue only has 25%, Brandio 100, or no, not even 100, 72, Sever 92, and then Marianne 8. And let's see what happens. Boom. Look at that. All of them passed. Even Ash Rogue with 25, Marianne with 8. 218, which is not bad. Not my average for Yuria, but yeah. And the very, very, very last point I want to make is that I use both of these two Amity vendors to make the majority of my income, right? So the way to be smart about it is all the weapons, all the Yuria weapons cost 90,000. Okay, so what you do is marketplace, that thing, and look. So I'm buying short swords right now because short sword has one listing currently. This is the price. This is the price that was the most recent trade price for this item. So I'm usually like a super big dick bag, and all this mine for like 314,999. But yeah, and then Grunil. I do gloves and shoes only because when I type here, Grunil. Oh Jesus God. Grunil, I can almost guarantee there will be, you know what, I'll go ahead and bet that there will be no gloves or boots. Boom! No gloves or boots. Usually there's not this much armor, which if armor sells, it's the most cost efficient out of Grunil, but there's literally never any. Alright, this one time there's shoes posted, but other than that, there's never any shoes or gloves. So, that's the gist of it. I hope that was helpful. So to recap, the order for Yuria is Danielle, Luolo, I said it, Wolfgang, Ash Rogue, Brandio, Zebra, Marianne. Always. Unless it's failed to spark interest. You're always going to use that. And then Mevo, the Grunil Amity vendor, is Humble, Miriam, Lucy, Lashir, Nalopal, Borando. And again, the big thing is, once you've entered the conversation and you see what their favor and interest are at, mostly this guy because Mevo is really consistent, you've already spent the energy. So I guess you might as well play it out, but I would rather just be time efficient in my case, because, I mean, I like playing these Amity games, but like, I don't want to sit around and do it all day. It gets a little boring after a while. So, yeah, that's the gist of it. I hope this was helpful. Join Costa. I can't do an emote. I'm just gonna awkwardly leave now.